And yet when I did love, he thought it was very sweet. Up the axe and
That skull had a tongue in it and could sing once. Now the knave shovels it to the ground as if it were Cain's jawbone that did the first murder. It might be the pate of a politician. It might, my lord, or of a courtier who could say, "Good morrow, sweet lord. How dost thou, good lord?" I, my lord?
Up the axe and a spade, and a shrouding sheet.
There's another. Why may not that be the skull of a lawyer? Where be his quiddities now, his quillets, his cases, his tenures, and his tricks? Why does he suffer this rude knave now to knock him about the sconce with a dirty shovel, and will not tell him of his action of battery? This fellow might be of time a great buyer of land, with his statutes, cognizances, fines, his double vouchers, his recoveries. Is this the fine of his fine, and the recovery of his recoveries, to have his fine pate full of fine dirt? I, my lord? I will speak to this fellow. Whose grave this, sirrah?
Mine, sir. A pickaxe and a spade, for and a shrouding sheet.
I think it be thine indeed, but thou liest in it.
You lie out on't, sir.
And therefore it is not yours. For my part, I do not lie in, and yet it is mine. Thou dost lie in, to be in, and say it is thine. 'Tis for the dead, not for the queen. Therefore, thou liest.
What man dost thou dig it for?
For no man, sir.
What woman, then?
For none neither. Who is to be buried in it?
One that was a woman, sir. But rest her soul, she's dead.
How absolute the knave is! We must speak by the card, or equivocation will undo us. How long hast thou been a grave maker?
Of all the days of the year,
It was that very day that young Hamlet was born.
he is an ass and sent into England. He shall recover his wits there, or if he do not, it's no great matter there.
Why?
'Twill not be seen of them there. In England, the men are as mad as he.
How came he mad?
Very strangely, they say.
How strangely?
Faith, e'en with losing his wits.
How long will a man lie the earth if he rot?
If he be not rotten before he die, as we have many pocky courses nowadays that will scarce hold the laying in, he will last you some 8 year or 9 year. Here's a skull now. This skull has lain in the earth 23 years.
Whose was it?
Whose do you think it was?
Nay, I know not.
A pestilence on him for a mad rogue. He brought a flagon of Rhenish on my head once. This same skull, sir, is Yorick's skull, the king's jester.
This? Let me see.
Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. Subtle, infinite jest. Most excellent fancy. He hath borne me on his back 1,000 times. Now, how abhorred to my imagination it is. My gorge rims at it. Here hung those lips that I have kissed I know not how long. Where be your gibes now? Your gimp, your song, your flashes of merriment, your warmth of set the table on a roll. Not one now to mock your own grinning. Prithee, Horatio, tell me one thing.
What's that, my lord?
Dost thou think Alexander looks this fashion to the earth?
E'en so.
And smelt some.
Sweet Phoebe, do not scorn me. Do not, Phoebe. Say that you love me not, but say not so in bitterness. I fly thee! Oh, dear Phoebe, if ever, as that ever may be near, you meet in some fresh cheek the power of fancy, then shall you know the wounds invisible that love's keen arrows make. But till that time, come not thou near me. And when that time comes, afflict me with thy mocks, pity me not. As till that time, I shall not pity thee. And why, I pray you? Who might be your mother that you insult, exultant all at once over the wretched? Why, what means this? Why do you look on me? I see no more in you than in the ordinary. 'Tis not your inky brows, your black silk hair, your bugle eyeballs, nor your cheek of cream that can entame my spirits to your worship. Mistress, know yourself, down on your knees, and thank heaven fasting for a good man's love. For I must tell you, friendly in your ear, sell when you can. You are not for all markets. Fare you well. Sweet youth, I pray you, chide a year together. I'd rather hear you chide than this man woo. He's fallen in love with your foulness, and she'll fall in love with my anger. Why look you so upon me? For no ill will I bear you. I pray you do not fall in love with me, for I am falser than vows made in wine. Besides, I like you not. Shepherdess, look on him better, and be not proud. Though all the world could see, none could be so abused in sight as he. Dead shepherd, now I find thy saw of might, for whoever loved that loved not at first sight. Sweet Phoebe, what sayest thou, Silvius? Sweet Phoebe, pity me. Why, I'm sorry for thee, gentle Silvius. Wherever sorrow is, relief would be. If you do sorrow at my grief and love, by giving love, your sorrow and my grief were both extermined. Thou hast my love, is not that neighborly? I would have you. Why, that were covetousness. Silvius, the time was that I hated thee, and yet it is not that I bear thee love. But since that thou canst talk of love so well, thy company, which erst was irksome to me, I will endure, and I'll employ thee too. But do not look for further recompense than thine own gladness that thou art employed. So holy and so perfect is my love, and I in a poverty of grace lose now and then a scattered smile, and that I'll live upon. Knowest thou the youth that spoke to me erewhile? Not very well, but I've met him oft. He hath bought the cottage in the bounds the old Carlot once was master of. Think not I love him, though I ask for him. 'Tis but a peevish boy, yet he talks well. But what care I for words? The words do well when he who speaks them pleases those that hear. It is a pretty youth, not very pretty. He'll make a proper man. The best thing in him is his complexion, and faster than his tongue did make offense, his eye did heal it up. There be women, Silvius, had they marked him in parcels as I did, would have gone near to fall in love with him. But for my part, I love him not, nor hate him not. And yet, I have more cause to hate him than to love him. For what had he to do to chide at me? He said mine eyes were black and my hair black. I marvel why I answered not again. but that's all one. Admittance is no quittance. I'll write to him a very taunting letter, and thou shalt bear it. Wilt thou, Silvius? Phoebe, with all my heart. I'll write it straight. The matter's in my head and in my heart. I will be bitter in passing short with him. Come with me, Silvius.
What, can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me, wherefore? Oh me, what news? My love, am I not Hermia? Are you not Lysander? Am I as fair now as I was erewhile? Since night you left me, yet since night you loved me. Why then you leave me? Oh, the gods forbid. In earnest, shall I say? I bind my life, and never did desire to see thee more. Therefore, be out of hope, out of question, out of doubt. Be certain nothing true, or 'tis no jest, that I do hate thee, and love Helena. Me, you juggler, you canker blossom, you thief of love. What, have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him? Fine faith, have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What, will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fine, you counterfeit, you puppet, you. Puppet, why so? I that way goes the game. Now I perceive that she hath made compare. Between our statures, she hath urged her height. And with a personage, her tall personage, her height forsooth, and she hath prevailed with him. And are you grown so high in his esteem, because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, thou painted maple speak? How low am I? Am I not yet so low that my nails can reach unto thine eyes? I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me. When never cursed, I have no gift at all in shrewdness. I am right maiden for my cowardice. Let her not strike me. You perhaps may think, because she's something lower than myself, that I can match her. Lower, hark again. Good Hermia, do not be so bitter with me. I am evermore did love you, Hermia. Now, and so you let me quiet go to Athens, where I bear my folly back, and follow you no further. Let me go. You see how simple and how fond of you I am. Why, get you gone. Who is it that hinders you? A foolish heart that I leave here behind. What, with Lysander? With Demetrius. Be not afraid. She shall not harm thee, Helena. Oh, when she is angry, she is keen and true. She was a vixen when we went to school. And though she be but little, she is fierce. Little again, nothing but low and little. What, would you suffer me to flout her thus? Let me come to her. Get you gone, you dwarf, you minimus of the hindering not grass maid, you bead, you acorn, you mistress, all this coil is long of you. Nay, go not back. I will not trust you. No, I no longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands are quicker than mine for a fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away. I am amazed and know not what to say.
Is all our company here? You were best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script. Here is the scroll of every man's name who is thought fit all through Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and the Duchess on their wedding day at night. First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on. Then read the names of the actors, and so grow to a point. Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe. A very good piece of work, I assure you, and a merry. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves. Answer as I call you, Nick Bottom the Weaver. Ready! Name which part I am for, and proceed. You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus. What is Pyramus? A lover or a tyrant? A lover that kills himself most gallant for love. That will ask for some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes.
I will move Storms. Now, name the rest of the players. Francis Flute, the bellows mender. Oh, here, Peter Quince. Flute, you must take Thisbe on you. What is Thisbe? Wandering knight? No, it is the lady that Pyramus must love. Nay, faith, let me not play a woman. I have a beard coming. That's all. You shall play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will. And I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Ah, Pyramus, I love you, dear. And Thisbe, dear, my lady. No. You must play Pyramus, and Flute, you Thisbe. Well, proceed. Snug the joiner, you the lion's part, and I hope here is a play fitted. Have you the lion's part already written? Oh, pray you, if it be, give it me, for I am very, very slow of study. You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring. Oh, let me play the lion too. I roar to do any man's heart good to hear me. I will roar to make the Duke say, let him roar again, let him roar again. And you should do it too terribly. You'd fright the Duchess and the ladies if they would shriek. And that, my friend, would be enough to hang us all. That would hang us. Every mother's son. I grant you, friends, that if you are to fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. And that is why I will aggravate my voice, as to roar as softly as any sucking dove. I will roar you and tware any nightingale. You can play no part but Pyramus. For Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a proper man, as one shall see in a summer's day, a most lovely gentleman-like man, and that is why you must needs play Pyramus. Well, I'll undertake it. What beard dost I play it in? Why, what you will. I will discharge it in either straw-colored beard, your orange tawny beard, your purple and grain beard, or your French crown-colored beard, your perfect yellow. Some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you would play it barefaced. But, masters, here are your parts, and I am to entreat you, request you, and desire you to con them by tomorrow night, and meet me in the palace wood, a mile without the town. By moonlight, there we will rehearse, for if we meet in the city, we shall be dogged with company, and our devices known. In the meantime, I will draw a bill of property, such as our play wants. I pray you, fail me not. You will meet there, and you rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect, adieu. In the Duke's Oak we will meet. Enough, hold or cut bowstrings.
Nurse, where is my daughter? Call her forth to me. I bade her come. God forbid. Where's this girl? What? Juliet! How now? Who calls? Your mother. Madam, I am here. What is your will? This is the matter. Nurse, give leave a while. We must talk in secret. Nurse, come back again. I have remembered me. Thou'st hear a counsel. Thou knowest my daughter of a pretty age. Faith, I can tell her age upon an hour. She is not 14. I'll lay 14 in my teeth, and yet, to my teeth be it spoken, I have but 4. She is not 14. Daughter Juliet, how stands your disposition to be married? It is an honor that I dream not of. An honor? Well, think of marriage now, younger than you. Here in Verona, ladies of esteem are already made mothers. By my count, I was your mother much upon these years that you are now made. Thus then in brief, the valiant pair seeks you for his love. A man, young lady, such a man, as all the world. Why, he's a man of wax. Verona summer hath not such a flower. Nay, he's a flower in faith, a very flower.
What say you? Can you love this gentleman? Tonight you shall behold him at our feast. Read over the volume of young Paris's face, and find delight right there with beauty's pen. Examine every married lineament, and see how one another lends content. And what obscure in the fair volume lies, find written in the margin of his eyes. This precious book of love, this unbound lover, to beautify him only lacks a cover. The fish lives in the sea, and 'tis with pride, for fair without the fair within to hide. That book in many's eyes doth share the glory, that in gold clasps, locks in the golden story. So shall you share all that he doth possess, by having him, making yourself no less. Speak briefly, can you like of Paris's love? I'll look to like, if looking liking move, but no more deep will I dart mine eye, than your consent gives it strength to make it fly.
Madam, the guests are come. Supper served up.
We follow thee. Juliet, the county stays.
Go, girl, seek happy nights to happy days.
Madam, yond young fellow swears he will speak with you. I told him you were sick. He takes on him to understand so much, and therefore comes to speak with you. I told him you were asleep. He seems to have a foreknowledge of that too, and therefore comes to speak with you. What is to be said to him, lady?
Tell him he shall not speak with me.
Has been told so. And he said he'll stand at your door like a sheriff's post, and be the supporter to a bench. But he'll speak with you.
What kind of man is he?
Why, of mankind.
What manner of man?
A very ill manner. He'll speak with you, will you or no?
Of what personage and years is he?
Not yet old enough for a man, nor young enough for a boy.
Let him approach.
The honorable lady of the house. Where is she?
I shall answer for her.
Most radiant, exquisite, and unmatchable beauty. I pray you, tell me if this be the lady of the house, for I never saw her. I would be loath to cast away my speech, for besides it is excellently well penned, I have taken great pains to con it.
Are you a comedian?
No, my profound heart. But by the very fangs of malice, I swear, I am not that I play. Are you the lady of the house?
I am.
Then I will on with my speech in your praise, and show you the heart of my message.
Come to what is important. In it, I forgive you the praise.
Alas, I took great pains to study it, and 'tis poetical.
It is the more like to be feigned. I pray you, keep it in. I heard you were saucy at my gates, and allowed your approach rather to wonder at you than to hear you. If you be not mad, be gone. If you have reason, be brief. 'Tis not the time of mood with me to make one so skipping a dialogue.
I am a messenger.
Now, sir, what is your text?
Most sweet lady.
A comfortable doctrine, and much may be said of it. Where lies your text?
In Orsino's bosom.
In his bosom? In what chapter of his bosom?
To answer by the method, in the first of his heart.
Oh, I have read it. It is heresy. Have you no more to say?
Good madam, let me see your face.
Have you any commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You are now out of your league. But we will draw the curtain and show you the picture. Look you, sir. Isn't not well done?
Excellently done. If God did all.
'Tis ingrained, sir. 'Twill endure wind and weather.
Lady, you are the cruelest she alive. If you will leave these graces to the grave and leave the world no copy.
Oh, sir, I will not be so hard-hearted. I will give out divers schedules of my beauty. It shall be inventoried, and every particle and utensil labeled to my will as item 2 lips, indifferent, red. Item 2 grey eyes with lids to them. Item 1 neck, 1 chin, and so forth. Were you sent hither to praise me?
I see what you are. You are too proud. But if you are the devil, you are fair. My lord and master loves you.
How does he love me?
With adorations, fertile tears, with groans that thunder love, with sighs of fire.
Your lord does know my mind. I cannot love him. Yet, I suppose I'm virtuous, know him noble, and yet, I cannot love him. He might have took his answer long ago.
If I did love you in my master's flame, with such a suffering, such a deadly life in your denial, I would find no sense. I would not understand it.
Why? What would you?
Make me a willow cabin at your gate, and call upon my soul within the house, write loyal cantons of condemned love, and sing them loud even in the dead of night. Halloo your name to the reverberate hills, and make the babbling gossip of the air cry out, Olivia! Oh, you should not rest between the elements of air and earth, but you should pity me.
You might do much. What is your parentage?
I am a gentleman.
Get you to your lord. I cannot love him. Let him send no more. Unless, perchance, you come to me again, to tell me how he takes it. Fare you well. I thank you for your pains. Spend this for me.
I am no feed post, lady. Keep your purse. My master, nor myself, lacks recompense. Farewell, fair cruelty.
What is your parentage? I am a gentleman. I'll be sworn thou art. Even so quickly may one catch the plague. Methinks I feel this youth's perfections, with an invisible and subtle stealth, to creep in at mine eyes. Well, let it be. Fate shall thy force, ourselves we do not owe. What is decreed must be, and be this so.